Hello and welcome to the second annual Cleethorpes AIRSHOW, the largest collection of aircraft from our armed forces and from the private vintage collectors in our region, and the only airshow to take place over the beach.
And it's not just in the skies where the airshow takes place. Over 120,000 visitors have come for this two-day festival of flight to see the displays, as well as the exhibitions, stalls and demonstrations on the ground too.
I'll be taking you through each of the fantastic aircraft giving displays here today. From the latest fighters used by our forces to historic legendary aircraft from World War II. I'll have the facts and figures on each of the aircraft showing the technology and power behind some of these incredible displays.
And on the ground, I'll be meeting some of the pilots and crews behind the flying displays. And I'll even have a go at flying a Eurofighter jet. Sort of. So hold on and get ready to take off with us. Here's what's coming up on the show.
It's the most famous aircraft of the Falklands conflict. Flying for the first time at the Cleethorpes AIRSHOW, it's the world's last flying Vulcan bomber.
70 years since the crews from 617 Squadron flew from RAF Scampton near Lincoln. We'll be taking a special look at the Lancaster and the Dambuster raids that changed the course of World War II.
They're the most famous air display team in the world. We'll be watching the spectacular Red Arrows and going behind the scenes to find out about the preparation for an event.
And I'll be meeting some of today's exhibitors and finding out about the ground support behind today's modern flying missions. It's a fantastic atmosphere and everyone's looking to the skies ready for the arrival of the world's greatest air display team. Who are they?
The Red Arrows!
Yay!
On the die team, what we do is there's two teams, each comprised of 3 people. You've got a corporal who's running each team, and then 2 engineers, and they travel around replenishing the smoke pods after each display. The white, it's just diesel, and then the colours, we get drums of red and blue dye, and they get combined with the diesel in what we call the dye rig, and it comes out through some pipes at the end of the jet and it atomises in the air. I grew up in Scunthorpe. And actually applying to the RAF, I went through the Lincoln AFCO. I applied in March of 2011, and then by November I was starting my training. It's really nice when people come and talk to you. Oh wow, you're the ground crew, that's brilliant. And to hear people say that, just we don't really think much to what we do, but knowing that there's people out there that think that about what you do, it's brilliant.
I help run the daily flying programme in the winter, and in the summer months I run the programme for the display season. It involves things all the way from actually writing the physical programme itself and liaison obviously with the aircrew and the events team, and on the day in execution making sure that all the relative notice to airmen, the NOTAMs have gone out and all the low flying booking has been completed. I came from my FODM, was sent to Afghan, did my 6 months there and then got posted to here. We're a small squadron, I think in total about 120 personnel, and that includes all the engineers, the aircrew and all the support staff. So there's a really special link between Lincolnshire and the Royal Air Force. So it is nice to come back to an area which is quite heavy in the Air Force. It's really nice, like coming home.
We are responsible for the maintenance and rectification of all of the equipment that the pilots use. LSJ has multiple components to it. It is self-inflating. Should it hit the water and the aircrew be unconscious, what will happen is this will inflate and there will be a bright orange stole here. We do have a location beacon on here, personal locator beacon, called a Sabi 7. So, should they eject, the lanyard will pull the Sabi 7, that will go off, and it will send out a distress frequency to whoever can hear it, so boats, air traffic control, things like that. Also in here for recognition, in this pocket here, we have 16mm mini flares. You get all of your air system through there, including the air for the anti-G trousers. So while they're doing a manoeuvre, the air would be pumped into the bladders, across the abdomen, through the thighs and the calves as well, and that would just stop the blood flow going down to the legs. It would basically pump the blood back up to the heart area so they didn't black out. This is a Mark 10C helmet, okay, and it's used for protection and also for their comm system. in comparison to a motorbike helmet, it's more pliable than a motorbike helmet, but equally as effective. In there, we have the neck pad, which fits snugly across the back of their neck. And also, we have to adjust their visors, which fit around their oxygen masks. They have a clear one and a tinted one as well. Okay, so the oxygen mask comes in 2 different sizes, fitted with a microphone. Obviously, they have their oxygen hose, which is connected to the PEC as well, through which their air supply comes. So normally, they'd be in this position with the toggle like that. And should they have any problems in the cockpit, so fumes or loss of pressure, what they would do is they would toggle down, which then puts the oxygen mask a bit tighter onto their face. The oxygen system will go up to 100% oxygen or emergency air, and it will be forced through the mask.
We start our training with a building block principle, so we'll start with formation of 3, 4 aircraft, and then gradually we'll build up over time once the new pilots have learnt the techniques. Well, when we fly around the aircraft at about 400 miles an hour, when we change any direction laterally, we're actually pulling G. So at 6G, everything's weighing 6 times more than normal in your body. So you have to fight against the G-force, so sort of the blood pooling in your feet. So it's physically quite hard work, but the actual thrill of flying is fantastic. Every 6 months we have a fitness test, and pilots, there's no extra level of fitness, but because of the job we're doing, we all tend to stay physically fit. I was Red 9 in 2012, which meant that I was in all the high-profile flight paths. You feel the extra pressure when you know that the formation is going to be televised. So obviously for Her Majesty's birthday flight past or for Her Majesty's Diamond Jubilee, we actually were on television. We knew there were going to be a lot of people watching, so you do feel a certain amount of extra pressure. For the Olympics, it was even more so because it's global. We were told that there was a global audience of 1.4 billion people, so an extra amount of pressure, and we certainly felt very fired up for it, and there's lots of adrenaline flowing. It was an amazing experience.
Well, here they are, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get those vocal cords warmed up. The Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team, the Red Arrows! Red 1 enters the left-hand turn at 400 miles an hour in 9 arrow formation, calling them into short diamond, where you'll see Reds 8 and 9 tucking in to form the famous Red Arrows Diamond 9 shape. Now the smokes on in from the left-hand side. This is short diamond. Reds 4 and 5 pitch up and quickly roll back now to drop to the back of that shape to form Apollo. Reds 2 and 3 acknowledge the move to Eagle as the smoke comes on in that right-hand turn. The 3 aircraft on each wing now drop back to form the planform of the American fighter jet, the F-15 Eagle. This is in the display this year to pass thanks to the American colleagues for the support they showed during the Second World War on the Eagle squadrons. And now at 400 miles an hour from the right-hand side, the Eagle roll. They're about to come into a left-hand turn to show us the very best of British, hopefully with a big round of applause as they show you Concorde. Commemorating 70 years since the Dam Busters, this is Lancaster. The jets here will be around 5 to 6 feet apart, still at 400 miles an hour, coming in from your right-hand side and flying the Apollo roll. Now as they acknowledge another move, this time to Typhoon, aimed to depict the delta wing planform of the Royal Air Force's new multi-role combat aircraft. Now in from the left, this is Typhoon. This is Big Vixen, named after the 1960s naval fighter, the Sea Vixen, and the Big Vixen roll. Now, ladies and gentlemen, time to get your cameras ready. This is the detonator. Looking left with the smoke is Red 7. He's chased down by Red 8. These 4 aircraft descend to just 100 feet above the sea, and they're closing at over 850 miles an hour. Get your cameras ready for the amazing Jippo Pass. The synchro pair leave their smoke on now and turn away from us at 6G. But if you look right, you'll see a single jet. That is Red 9. He's going to fly in between Enid's V in the Goose. Here they are, the last time, the Red Arrows.
Macklin, that was absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. You're so incredibly talented. I think all of us on the beach, we just couldn't believe what we just saw. Is it something you enjoy?
I absolutely love my job. I've been a Red Arrows pilot in the team now for 5 years. I wanted to be a Red Arrows pilot since I was 3 years old, having grown up at Biggin Hill in Kent, where there was a display every year, and I wanted to do this since I was 3, so it's a dream come true for me.
How long have you been doing this?
I flew as a display pilot with the team for 3 years, and now it's my 2nd year as Red 10, which is the ground supervisor.
Brilliant. Thank you again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All the best. Bye-bye.
Now, I really want to have a go at flying a jet myself, so off I go. Here it goes. Wish me luck. Woo, here we go. Woo. Yeah, here we go. Woo.
Wow, that was amazing.
Wow, what a great opening to today's airshow. Coming up, we'll meet the artist commemorating one of the most famous raids of World War II, the Dam Busters. And the skies are ready for the legendary arrival of the Lancaster and the Spitfire. See you after the break.